Ew. Ew. Woo.
Woo!
Woo. There we go.
Let's get in. I got Baby Yoda on the check-in.
Little baby Yoda.
We're
Grogu.
going
Please. He has a name. He
hard
has a
on a
name.
Friday.
He has a name.
Yes,
Grogu. Please.
the child. I mean, based on the tag, but I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to get into the whole thing.
His name is Grogu. Call him Grogu, please. And thank you.
So I'm calling Grogu. I'm going to call him Grogu. But
That's right. I
thank
say
you for
Grogu.
joining us. Apologies for not doing the show on Wednesday. Just wanted to watch the Dodger game and immediately regretted that.
We should have done this instead. We
should have done the
this
show.
instead.
And then I wouldn't have to see any of that. But thank you for joining us. I hope you guys are doing well on this Friday. Looking forward to a great weekend. A lot of good sports still going on. Thank God the Euros are back. Didn't realize how desperate I would be without that for 2 days. But they are back tomorrow, and we will get into all of that. Tyler, how are you doing on this Friday?
Doing good, man. Glad it's Friday. I'm with you. Like the last couple of days, it's been like you forget what daytime, like how awesome daytime sports are.
Well, it's a new treat for me. Like now I have like a standard to maintain. Like there's got to be something on, right? What? Even the East Coast games in baseball, they don't start till 4.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
God.
no. So yeah, having those 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, noon soccer games. It's a blessing. But
all day, every day was fantastic. But
so that'll be back. But no, man, I'm not doing too bad. Ron, how you doing today?
Doing well. Again, just looking forward to the weekend, and especially the beloved Euros coming back with 2 games tomorrow. Especially the way they left it on the last day. Like it went out with such a bang. Like,
oh my God.
Circumstances that no one really saw coming, but then it just got all crazy. So we'll touch on all that. But
we'll get into that.
Yeah, no, it was
group of death for the win.
Just excellent last day of the group stage, and looking forward to having it back. So thank you for joining us. I see the comments here getting active. But the party started hours ago. Shout out Jaime in the tailgate.
Always tailgating.
I see you, bro.
That dude just lives to tailgate.
That's my dog, though. And I do have the wristbands all over, which again, these are permitted by the league. Just saying.
It's true.
There's nothing prohibiting that. Dodger cap and Raider shirt. It's possible. It's possible.
Hey, who knows?
I feel like I'm maybe just a light skinned, Mexican guy. I don't know. But it's a life that chose me. I didn't choose this life. Shout out to Tyler with the What's on the Menu Daily hat as well.
Our boys. Check them out.
Alas, it was not to be for Will this year getting into the smack off. But he came damn near close. Really gave it his all. And I thought he would have got through on the first call, got that golden ticket, if it wasn't for the caller before him that already put the hackles up of the censorship.
Hey, look, he'll get back. Like you and I discussed it at length drunkenly on Friday and Saturday of last week. Like, look, Rome was impressed by the call. They're gonna remember his name. Like it's okay. It actually might even be better that he got ejected because that will help them remember him.
He got right on Tuesday on his last ditch attempt to all right, they know the name. But he is dealing with, a little under the weather with the ear infection. And
no bueno.
Didn't, I don't want to say burned out like the brightest on that first call, but he had that one really planned out. It got ran off. And he was scrambling to come up with another one. And he was like, yeah, it wasn't my best stuff. And I couldn't really hear. So it sucks. I got ran off. But bigger and brighter things ahead for friend of the program, Will. And also shout out to Dale. Meeting Baker Mayfield down in PB.
I saw that. I saw. Not a surprise at all that Baker would be in PB.
No, not at all. Not at all. But for the only actual true to the to the veins Browns fan I know, I was happy for him that they
For
did
sure.
have a chance encounter down at PB.
For sure.
Let's take a look real quick. As we alluded to, well, actually, it looks like we do have a caller here on the Canada Steak Burger umpire review celebrity hotline, I guess. Looks like the umpire is here.
Guys, how we doing today?
Doing all right. We're just getting into our usual groove. What's going on?
So I know there's been some changes now. We got to start cracking down on certain things. So for starters, it's happening in baseball. Got to incorporate it here. So let me check you guys for any foreign substance. So Tyler, let me see your hands.
Okay.
Wait. So let me see your left hand first. All right, turn it over. All right. Turn it over. All right. Let me see your cap.
Okay. You need my cap?
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
All right, see if you're hiding in there.
All right, nothing. You can check my hair too. There's nothing.
All right, good. Let me see the cap.
Inside the cap.
Inside the brim.
Nothing.
It looks clean. Can we get on with the game here? What's up?
Wait. Can I do my job? I have to do my job. All right, you're good, Tyler.
Okay.
All right, Ron, you're next. Come on. Let me see those hands. All right, good. Turn around. Turn it around. Flip it. All right, let me see the cap. I know, like, you need to take the cap off. I gotta be routine with this.
All right, dude. It seems pointless, but okay. Take a look.
Let's see your belt.
We're doing the belt thing?
Yeah,
for real?
Yeah. Listen, we have to make sure.
I mean, what else?
Ladies enjoy that.
All right, good. All right, so you good to go? Continue on. I'll go about our business. All right, enjoy.
All right, well.
Go check that dog. The dog.
Thank you, umpire on the Canada Steak Burger umpire celebrity hotline. I guess. Thank you.
But, whatever, dude. It's good.
A minor inconvenience, but we move on. And speaking of the last day of the Euro group stage, Group F, the group of death. Two different things. Actually, Tyler had the initiative to go and find this on Reddit, which I can kind of back up with a different tweet, just so you could see it side by side. But the last day,
oh my God,
the last match day with two simultaneous games, there was moving parts galore.
A lot of moving parts.
France pretty much, you could see there, even after 30 minutes of the games, all of a sudden they were not in first place in the group. But I think the biggest thing here was Germany, for an extended period, was eliminated.
Yes.
And it just, like, trying to follow both simultaneously. Hungary, as I've said, they have fought like hell, and I thought they've been very impressive in this tournament. Yes, obviously banking on some of the advantage of having those home crowds in Budapest, but still, I mean, just a game opponent. Like, they have not, like, conceded an inch as far as, like, the effort that they've shown. So, and especially when it got, later into that game. But this is how you can kind of see how it all moves here throughout the day. We're talking a period of literally 90 minutes of game action here, where a lot of things are at stake, money-wise, just teams that you expected to be there wise. Everything's still shifting around. I thought it was fantastic, though, watching it. I wish there was a ESPN split screen feed just to see them both at the same time.
Yeah, it was it was pretty wild. Like, I told myself, like, okay, I'm gonna watch France Portugal because I think it's the better game, and I kind of figured Germany was going to steamroll over Hungary, despite, again, like you said, how Hungary had looked in their previous two games. I thought, all right, like, Germany, like, they know they gotta really show out here. So I was watching France Portugal, and then I think you see it took what 13 minutes for Hungary to score. It was like, oh, okay, like, these dudes aren't messing around. And it was just I actually wound up watching more of that in the second half than the France Portugal game. But Yeah, like I really like. I feel for Hungary. Like it's kind of like this weird conundrum. Like I wonder. I feel like with how they performed, if they were in literally any other group, they advance. But they happen to be in a group with three premier teams, so they're last. Uh, but then I also wonder, like, if they were in any other group, would they have brought it like they did because they were facing the best competition every match? So,
Yeah,
they have nothing to hang their heads about. It sucks they couldn't get through, but made for a hell of an entertaining group of death.
yeah. The way that was unfolding too. I mean, you could see here just like as a timeline, who was out, who was back in. So Germany is out after the very first score. Germany's still out. Portugal scores. France scores. Germany's still out. Portugal's now out. Like everything is just moving very fast right here. And
Mm-hmm.
I loved the response from Hungary. I was texting Tyler throughout, like, oh, that might be the one that buries them. They immediately come back,
It just
score.
came right back. Yeah.
Like just an all balls, all glory goal too. Like the guy sold out. Like it wasn't like a true like just flying diving header, but it was like you're just putting it all out there. Like to get that goal that they scored. Um, they were up for it. They're just outgunned by these other teams. But man, what a just insane 90 minutes of a last day of the group stage. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if there's any silver lining to having to be without 2 days of the Euros, we went out like in the most fantastic fashion possible. It was like
Almost needed that 2 days to like recover.
just to like recover from the hangover of it because it was like, man, what just happened right now? Like this is
Yeah.
insane. And you could see by the map here with the flags, just a whirlwind. I mean, it was insane.
And through all the insanity, the standings didn't change.
I know. Then it came back to exactly where it started.
Through all the insanity, both games tied 2-2, and nothing changed in the standings.
I think the biggest thing of that was, I mean, Portugal, yes, they were, at risk for a second there because kind of everyone was except France. But Germany facing elimination was, that would be pretty significant because they usually always make it through the group stage of these kind of things, World Cup,
Mm-hmm.
Euros, whatever it may be. But just watching it all, like they kept showing the live standings on ESPN, like now they're in, now they're out, like, oh God, like, and I'm just like sitting there like, oh, chomping at the bit, like what is going to happen here?
Yeah, it's definitely one that, again, if like you said, ESPN should have had some sort of a split screen, but if they don't do that, then you've got two screens pulled up. Like, okay, like I gotta have both these up right now because this is just it's batshit insanity and in the best way.
Absolutely, in the best way possible. And that brings us over to what we are now looking at in the bracket. So Portugal did survive, move through.
Congrats, you get to play
Congratulations.
Belgium.
You're
Yeah.
playing Belgium, the number one team in the world by FIFA rankings.
Yes.
As far as like the eye test, I still say France. Yes, they have not really kicked it into full gear yet in this tournament. And there is definitely a shout to be made for Italy. Brazil, they're in Copa America. I don't foresee any problems for them there, but except for all the problems going on with that actual event.
Yeah. None of the problems are on the field.
Yeah. No, I think that's a walkthrough for Brazil. And
Yeah,
I would have to say they're probably at least in the top 3 in the world right now. I don't have the FIFA rankings like just in front of me, but Italy has looked good. I mean,
Italy's great. They look so good.
A little bit less conservative, younger, just more like free to play type of thing. Like they all understand how to play defense, but the attacking, like I don't know, verve or whatever they've been showing, like, all right, this is kind of like a Italy team that's hard to take your eyes off. Like, I mean, they could put some goals up out there. So I think they get past Austria. Belgium, Portugal, definitely going to be one to look at. I don't know on that one. I mean, that's a tricky one to bet or call or predict.
So the thing that has kind of surprised me with Portugal is I figured they'd be a little bit better defensively than they have been. They haven't really impressed me on that end. Like their attack has been fine. You know, Ronaldo's got 5-6 goals already, whatever. I think he's only trailing what's the guy's name for goal count? Own goal. That's the guy that he's trailing. Own goal, who has, I believe, 8.
Oh, that guy's
this
great
tournament so far. He's
Can't
just
miss.
he puts it in wherever, man. I I think I got to go Belgium in that one again, just because defensively I haven't been blown away by Portugal like I thought I would. So I think Belgium's going to put it on early, put it to them hard, get a few in. I could see them up being 2-0, 2-1.5, and just kind of starting to run away with it the second.
I give the edge to Belgium just because, like, I feel like we're only seeing De Bruyne like ramping up now. Like he had a late start after getting like his whole face destroyed in the Champions League final.
Yes.
Sat out for the first, few games, and he wasn't really like practicing or doing anything like physically intensive. But putting him in the middle of that team, and you have Lukaku, arguably in the best season of his life right now. And then both the Hazards, Witzel, the defense, there is a reason why they are number one. Like, I disagree with the FIFA rankings a lot of times. Again, as I pointed out, USA was like number 4 at some point.
You're right. Yeah, disagree with that. They should have been number 1.
These colors don't run. But and also never lost in a Nations League final.
Never done it.
I just think Belgium has too much juice, and they're just kind of like rounding into shape. That's kind of what I feel about France as well. Like they just haven't shown the full what that team can do yet, and it's going to get there. So I don't foresee really any problem for France against Switzerland. Spain, weird question mark. Croatia, runners up in the last World Cup. And they did what they had to do, which was just beat the absolute crap out of Scotland.
God, they ran Scotland to death.
In Scotland. A road game for sure. And they just did what they had to do. Modric still out there.
Luka Modric, yeah.
I was even texting Tyler, all right, they got this wrapped up. Why is he still out there? And he's just diving for flying headers and stuff. I'm like, dude, they need you at the end. They don't need you right now. You got this. So that I think will be an interesting game. Sweden has looked wildly impressive. Usually the Scandinavian teams really organized defensively, physically. They're not going to get overmatched, but the way they just kind of ran through their group, I thought that was pretty impressive. A lot of things going on, obviously, but Ukraine. We got a rep for my boy Yarmo, but I don't know. I think Sweden comes out of that.
Ukraine's attack has kind of been just a 2-man game so far with Yarmolenko and Yaremchuk. It's like if you can shut both those guys, and they're both coming off of this. Yaremchuk, I think, is just kind of supposed to be in the center, but I feel like he plays more to the right, which is where Yarmo comes from. So it's maybe just shut down that side of the field, and you've pretty much shut them down completely.
Yeah, just take away zones. That's kind of what you would want to do against a team like this. His name is escaping me now, but the guy that is the coach, the Argentine, that coaches Atletico Madrid, that was his big thing.
Simeone?
Yeah, we're going to go attack, and then we're just going to pick the part of the field with the best players on the other team, and we're just going to kick the crap out of them and make sure nothing happens there. So I think
Atletico Madrid kicks the crap out of people, that's for sure.
That is the way to play against this Ukraine team. Germany, England, always a marquee match.
Is it coming home?
Well, I guess we will see. We will see. Can it come home?
I don't know how much you've been listening to Talk Sport the last few days, but
not enough.
it's been a lot of it, like I'm not necessarily knocking England for this because I think every fan base does this, but they start talking about the game and they're like, oh, like Germany hasn't looked that good. Like I think England can pull this off. And then somebody asked the question like, yeah, but England hasn't looked good either. Yeah, I know, but Germany hasn't looked good, so I'm pretty sure England's going to be able to pull this off. Like,
If neither have looked good, give me Germany. Like Germany
yeah,
always seems to
exactly.
find a way. Like if England's not looking good, we got some real problems going on because they have let's just say, a history of failures.
Yeah,
Just to like put that with kid gloves, like, but it feeds into itself. Like, if you don't get off the starting block and you're England, like, it's an uphill battle. Like Germany, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, I agree. I agree completely. I think until England shows me something, I have to go against them pretty much every match from here on out.
Well, Grealish, he wants to live up to that new supposed Man City contract, so
So yeah, him,
he's
him
got
and
something to
Kane
play
going to be
for. And
going.
Kane, yeah.
Kane, I don't know. Like, it's a weird situation with Kane where it's like he hasn't done anything, but I also think the team hasn't like gotten the ball to him at all. So it's like I don't know if I can blame him. Like in some ways I can, but he's also like not getting the ball, and they're not really playing to his strengths.
I think with Kane, and I was texting the Baron, friend of the program, about this after the last England game. If you're Southgate, you got to let him come back down the field more, pick up the ball. He can
Mm-hmm.
score on his own. Like, I mean,
He's
he's
done it many times.
plus size, pretty big and fast. Like, I mean, he can do for himself. But
Sure.
if he's not getting the ball, yes, he will like pick off a header or something like that. But that's your focal point of the team. Like, he needs to have the ball. Like,
Yeah.
just
Picking up a header is something he can do, but it's not his strength.
yeah, no, that's like a bonus for him. Like,
yeah.
he is good in the air, but like, I just feel like he needs the ball more. So like, figure out a way, let him drop back, false nine, whatever. Like, get back into the play and then like move down the field through him. You have the wingers, England, and they always have wing backs as well. But like, draw him back into it instead of just like putting him up there on an island. Like, oh, he never got the ball. Like it's been like 20 minutes since he got the ball. Like, what? How would you play like that with Harry Kane?
Yeah.
And then Netherlands, Czech Republic, low key heat for me because Netherlands, they only play one way. That's all the way, all the time.
They only run one way on the field. They don't go back.
No defense, all gas, no breaks. Just there will be goals. There will be blood.
There will.
I guarantee. And Wales, Denmark, as I pointed out, in our last show, just for all the intrigue of everything that's gone on with the Denmark team, Wales looks pretty good. I think that's going to be a good game as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. It's like a lot of interesting matchups, and I think when you look at the bracket, and of course, TalkSport pointed this out quite a bit. That top half looks way more difficult than the bottom half. It's like
yeah,
like you kind of got to think whoever wins that England-Germany game is like, okay, like this team should make the finals, kind of just based off the other potential matchups there.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, the winner of that, if they do not make the finals, whatever country they like, either one, it's going to be a massive failure for them.
Yeah.
Just looking at the draw, like the way it shakes out. We do have Highway the Greek and his picks rolling in, so I do want to address these. He does like Portugal over Belgium. I like that boldness.
I dig it.
And I wouldn't say that's quite a coin flip for me because I'm still leaning Belgium, but you have Ronaldo. And I thought also it improves the team a lot with Renato Sanchez starting, which it appears that he will be doing. So I think that definitely was a move they had to make. Italy over Austria, I think, yes, everyone's on board with that. FIFA rankings don't matter, obviously. We're all on board with that because it literally means nothing. France, obviously winning over Switzerland, yes. Pretty safe there. Spain over Croatia in weird fashion. I
can
like
see
that
it.
pick as well. I
I
mean,
can see it.
especially the weird fashion part of it. Uh, I think Croatia is an overlooked team in the I don't know, in the West, I guess. Like, lest we forget, they were the runners up in the World Cup, and that team,
Sure.
to a man, like when we were watching the destruction of Scotland and how England
Oh,
just
man.
chose to not play really against Scotland and just take the 1 point, I was like, Croatia is an equal team, like talent wise. Like, if you just take the roster. And so the one thing that stood out to me was like Croatia they did what had to be done. Like Scotland, yes, great story, but they were like, all right, it's time to like step on somebody's neck. They did it. England did
Yep.
not show that when they played them.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, Croatia is an interesting team. Like, obviously, they have lots of success, lots of talent on there. I think I even said it before the tournament, though, as much talent as they have, like off the top of my head, Modric is the only guy I can ever think of. But they want to watch them play. It's like, oh yeah, like that guy plays for, whatever, like
Tons of
Milan. This
guys,
guy
like
plays for, yeah,
yeah,
like
like
they're all
all
over the place.
over, like Italy, especially Germany, Modric. Like we all know his career with Real Madrid. Um, a lot of elite players on that team that I just think kind of get overlooked by people that are just like, well, I know the England team because I watch the Premier League all the time. But
Right.
like, if you really look at that roster, like just look at the names on Croatia, it's a pretty damn good team. Like, yeah,
Yep.
Modric, he is like the engine room. Like without him, there goes a lot. But that team is very talented. So that will be interesting to see how, young Spain shows up. Ukraine over Sweden. That one's almost a coin flip for me. I think Sweden is less talented, but I feel like they're really together right now as a team. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
and riding high after winning that group. And then he comes in with Germany over England. Uh, we're huge in England. You can blow up our spot like that? Huge following in England. We're big overseas. Not in Germany, but,
Massive.
not yet. And
Working on it.
Justin points out it's not guaranteed. It's definitely not guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Czech Republic over the Netherlands. As
As a West Ham fan, I'm for it.
a West Ham fan, I am for it. And I'm not really pushing back too hard on this because Netherlands, man, it's like fire and ice. Like, I think they had just a straight cakewalk up to this point. And they're going to put goals up and get a lot of shots on goal, just chances galore. But I do really like the Czech team. And beyond the West Ham connection, I mean, I think they just have like the that Eastern Bloc steel of just like, I wouldn't fuck with any of these guys. Like,
No.
Sufal, there's a man I'd hate to fight.
That man is absolutely terrible. He is an absolute psychopath out there on the field. He is terrifying.
And Jaime also foreshadowing an unfortunate demise of the everyone's favorite story of Denmark. We'll see. I mean, it's I don't have it here where that game's being played. It's a little cut off, but again, I mean, once you get down to these
Wales,
last
Denmark,
teams,
they're in Amsterdam.
so yeah, neutral ground could go either way. Like I could honestly flip a coin on that. The momentum, like the galvanizing spirit of what's going on with Denmark, as opposed to guys that can get goals with Ramsey and Bale on Wales. So, but I will say there's some questions at the back for Wales, and I think the team that is really like riding the wave of like we're all on the same page, I usually go with them defensively. So I would give the edge to Denmark in that regard.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. It'll be a game where everybody is like against Wales just because of Denmark's situation. It's like, how are you going to hate? Like, why do you hate Wales? Like,
yeah. Have you ever heard Welsh people talk? You got to root for them. Like, it's insane.
True.
I don't even know what's going on.
I have no idea what they're saying. I know it's got like 87 consonants. Six
Yeah,
vowels.
just look at a road sign in
Lots
in
of
Wales.
phlegm when they speak.
I think. Well, let's see. Looks like, God, dude, really again on the Canada's. Oh, we lost them. I thought we were gonna get checked by the umpire again, but
All right.
apparently we staved that one off. So no umpire check here as we move on into some just looking ahead and sort of looking at what's going on in the NBA. The Clippers with a definitely much needed win last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their fascination is with going down 0-2, but they seem to thrive on it. So
It's their
good for
game
them.
plan.
Yeah, they got them right where they want them. They got them right where they want them. Ty Lue, apparently this is what he planned for all along. And Devin Booker's nose looking very outrageous at this point.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I think we are being summoned on
seriously?
the Canada Steakburger Umpire Celebrity Hotline. How can I help you, sir?
All right, guys. Well, I've been called again, so I have to check you once more time for foreign substances. So we'll start.
Seriously?
Hey, listen, these are the protocols. We got to follow them. Listen, we want to make sure this is a fair game, a fair show. No cheating whatsoever. So starting with Ron, let me see your hands. All right. Let me see your cap.
You got headphones, man? Really?
All right. Wait.
You make me do that?
Slow it down. All right. Stand up. And listen, these are the rules. We agree to abide by these. All right. Now turn around. Turn. All right. Good to go. All right. All right, Tyler. So on to you. Let me see your hands.
You want them one at a time? Like what are we doing?
You know what? Let's not get smart here. Let me see your left hand.
Well, what's fine? Left hand?
It's got a job to do. Come on.
Let me look at those fingernails.
I chew my fingernails, so there's nothing there.
Good. Let me see the other hand. All right. Let me see the cap.
Yeah, nice job, Peyton. Nice job with the pace of play here. This is really good for pace of play.
Yes, speeding up the game for sure.
See,
all right.
Nothing there. It's a new hat. There are no markings on it.
All right. Good. Now, let me see. Go run your fingers through your beard. I want to make sure there's nothing there. All right, and we're good. You got to resume. Play ball.
Okay, good. Glad you're getting paid for this.
All right, and there he goes on the Canada Steakburger Celebrity Umpire Hotline.
Ridiculous.
What a world that we live in. Anyway, as we somehow try to regain momentum and go back to the NBA, the Bucks. I mean, speaking of doing what they had to do, they definitely had to come out and just kick the crap out of the Hawks, which they did. I think I saw a comment earlier from Justin that the Hawks showed fight and they only lost by 34.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, God bless them. God bless them.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be a good series all the way through. And as I've said from the very beginning, just anyone but the Clippers, please.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting in that Phoenix series because Book's been he's been having some trouble. He's been getting beat up a little bit, a lot more than he has been in the playoffs. So kind of the rest of the team is going to really have to carry it unless Book can just go crazy and shake loose, which he can. We've seen him do it, but
I mean that is a large nose. If there was our traditional UFC heat map, I think that nose would be bright red.
Bright red, just Rudolph, just a Rudolph-looking motherfucker.
But we know what Pat Bev does. He doesn't really do anything. I feel like
this is the heat map right here. Patrick
Beverley is. I'm just gonna say it right now. Overrated as a defender.
Oh, even though he's really given. You really understand after he's given Book trouble for 2 nights in a row.
Yes, all he does is yell at people and try to fight people.
Well, it obviously works.
You got to push past that, Dev. We knew what it was. Come on. Patrick Beverley, I think, just gets way too much of a free pass. Oh, he's such a great defender. I'm like, he's really just a great troll. He's not good. Like,
If it
watch
works,
what
it works,
happens if
man.
you need someone to score and you need him with the ball. Like, not going to happen probably most of the time. Like, yes, he's going to try to fight you, break somebody's nose, do whatever it takes. Like, there is something to be said for that. But you could score on this guy. Like, I don't just push past the troll antics. Like, I can't accept the gas that's on Patrick Beverley. Like, I feel like he's a bum. I think he's just a troll.
I think you're just like your crazy hatred for the Clippers is just really coming out.
Beyond my
really
hatred
coming
for
out.
the Clippers. Beyond.
It's really coming out. Just I can't take anything you're saying seriously,
Look,
man. You're just jaded by the Clippers. For whatever reason, you're jaded by the little brother that's never done anything.
as I sit here, an eliminated Laker fan, yes, I know it's whatever. I look bad. I don't care. But Patrick Beverley can be had. Just don't buy into the mind games. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Same thing. I would say the same for like Rondo. Like, at least Rondo could do something. Patrick Beverley is just like he just came to fight. Like, he's good enough to be in the NBA, but like when it comes down to like an actual game scenario, he's just there to try to get you to fight him. Like, it does not make him a good defender.
If it works, it makes him a good defender. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if it works, beyond the broken nose, and if it's working in the series, then I guess it does work. But prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Suns. One other like side piece that did have in the NBA, Scottie Pippen.
Oh God!
In a interview with GQ promoting his new bourbon, I believe. So he may have imbibed some of this bourbon.
A little bit, maybe.
Chose to take a couple shots at KD, and KD, of course, clapped back online because I think he cares more about that than actually playing basketball. Very defensive. It's looking like, why do you care so much, KD? Like, I don't know. Like I said, before the show, just do not interact with Kevin Durant on the internet. He cares about it too much. He will
don't do it.
Like, apply, and he will make a whole scene and everything. I think my favorite thing about it was the person that he did reply to was Mr. Teabags.
Yes, the patriarch of the Omaha Teabags.
So that's the guy that you're spending all this time energy on. All right. I mean, choose your battles, I guess. I mean, good job.
Look, here's the thing. Durant's not wrong. Durant's not wrong in his clapbacks. Like, he clapped back on Scottie pretty hard.
Durant is not wrong. That is an actual thing that happened that you can go and find the video of in like 2 seconds. Like, and anyone that saw The Last Dance, we all know it happened.
And Scottie saying, he can't win without help. It's like, bro, you only won when you had Michael Jordan. Like, you went to Portland, it didn't work out. Like, you had your 2 years without Mike in Chicago, it didn't work out. Like, pot kettle. Come on, man.
I guess Scottie's nose is still bigger than Devin Booker's, even in its current.
That is actually true. Yes.
3-part fractured state. Yes, I do believe that is true. And I was not speaking poor of Rondo because I think Rondo has actual basketball contributions that he can
playoff
offer.
Rondo's a real thing.
And yes, I mean, Lord knows the Lakers desperately miss playoff Rondo. Fight someone on the other team. Fight the entire current team that you're on.
Fight your team. Yeah.
Light a fire in here. And he went off on the Clippers.
The Dodgers need to sign him.
He's available. I'm assuming, like, contract situation. I don't know how it works, but please, Dodgers, get Rondo in there. Like, somebody. They
need somebody that could be a red ass on that team.
But the whole Durant thing, like, I still say he's the best scorer in the league. You can't really defend him when he is going, at his best. And a 7-footer that can shoot from everywhere, also take you off the dribble, handle the ball. You're not really going to stop that guy. But his weird fascination with the internet is just, Just give it a break for a while. Like, just let it go.
Yeah, like nobody will question the man's talent at all. He's just he's got really thin skin, and like the fact that he like until he actually goes out and wins a championship on his own, like people will just always clown on him for, jumping from the team that knocked him out to the best team historically ever. Like already had the best single season record ever. Like people will always clown him for that. And partially because he will always respond to it. He will always
That's
go at
the
it
thing.
go at it with some 12-year-old kid that doesn't even have a profile picture on his Twitter account.
Don't feed the trolls. Don't come up with fake accounts that we all know you got caught having. Just let it go. Like, just, everyone bashes LeBron. He does have a lot of annoying traits about him. And yes, he has also done the super team thing a couple times. But the one thing I will say in his defense is that he is not staying up at 1 a.m. on Twitter, caring what anyone says about him.
No.
He's probably in his hyperbaric, whatever rest chamber that allows him to stay pretty good at basketball.
Stay reasonably healthy.
Yeah. It's unappealing, Kevin Durant. Just let it go. Let it go. Just don't. I don't know. I don't know why I have to get all mixed up in the back and forth about Scottie Pippen said this thing in GQ when he was promoting his new bourbon. Who cares, dude? Does anyone care? Kevin Durant does. I guess he does.
Kevin Durant cares. His problem is he cares too much.
If he's guilty of anything, it's caring too much.
That's
all.
He's so misunderstood. He's so. This is it, dude. We're coming up with breakthroughs here tonight, Ron. I'm telling you, man.
So many geniuses, they're just not appreciated in their time.
No.
20 years from now, they're gonna be like Kevin Durant. Dude, he's like Kurt Cobain of basketball. He just.
Oh God! I hope he has a better ending.
Obviously the ending. I'm not trying to invoke that, but I'm just saying.
No, please no, please do.
He wasn't understood in his time. They didn't get what he was trying to do. He was a genius.
Right. The Van Gogh of his time. He died poor, but then his art sold for millions years later.
Yes, exactly.
Although I don't think Durant's going to die poor.
I do want to. No, I don't. God forbid, there's no reason why he should. But all right, well, so just so you know what kind of show you're dealing with here, I don't disagree. I'm just going to leave it at that.
She's the lead singer of Hole, Kevin, and James Harden gets a whole pie.
I would say, what has this devolved into? But I just know this is what it should have been the entire time.
This is what it is.
Yeah, it was meant to be. I can't push back on that too hard. Let's take a look at the NHL. Over to the ice. The Habitants get through the Golden Knights and their storied franchise. Somehow, some way they make it. A Canadian team is back in the finals.
I'm not going to lie. At some point in time, I was kind of rooting for it only because it makes me laugh at Toronto harder. The fact that they blew this 3-1 and then the team that beat them is still just going through. Plus, they finished fourth in their conference or in their division in the regular season.
Well, the more that I've
it's a funny story.
I think it is more entertaining to hate on Toronto
than
Montreal at this point. Even though, I'm very vehemently against French Canada, whatever they want to choose to call themselves.
Look, Ronnie, who doesn't like ice fishing in Quebec?
Quebec, yes. But it does, throw some fuel on the fire of hating Toronto, which is great for everyone, unless you live there or are a fan, I guess. And it didn't look like it was going great for the Islanders.
1-0 Tampa was the final.
So now we do have another finalist. Tampa Bay returns to the finals. But definitely a superior team. I mean, let's just be real.
Okay.
The Islanders were probably like the sentimental story favorite to go with, and they got it to Game 7, but Tampa Bay, Kings stay the king until, proven otherwise.
Come with King, best not miss. Yeah, I think look, I think I said it when the playoffs started that I thought Tampa was probably going to win it. I kind of feel sick saying this, but I'm kind of rooting for Montreal. Look, I wouldn't mind seeing Carey Price get the lead his team to a cup here, but I don't want to see Tampa's just going to be good for a long time, and I can't if somebody can nip that in the bud right now, I would like that to happen, because otherwise it looks like Tampa's just going to run roughshod for years.
Yes, they will be good for a long time. I want to keep the streak of a Canadian team not winning going. That's all I want.
I agree. What, there was that 1992 Montreal won it, I believe?
It's the, Patrick Roy against the LA Kings. In fact, the Gretzky-led Kings. But it's just something to be said about, it's the only sport they really care about. And for them to not win for so long, it brings me joy. But
I get it. I totally get it.
Considering that the rest of the country does hate Montreal, whatever. We'll see what happens. Screw it.
Justin with a hell of a question here.
I agree.
Fair question.
Two-way street. Canada. So
look, that's a matter of public health and safety. All right.
We got to be safe. It's not Blake's fault.
The cup gets to stay in its own hotel suite for 2 weeks.
I just picture it in like a bubble, like one of those bubble soccer things. All right, you can look at it.
Like the Pope Mobile, the Pope in the bubble,
exactly.
The Pope Mobile.
Yeah. All right, Canada, you want it like this? All right, well, you don't get to touch it, drink out of it, lose it at a bar on the side of the road, all the fun stuff that comes with the Stanley Cup. All right, you made your bed.
Actually, that is going to be really interesting now that assuming that that quarantine protocols are still going on up there. How's that going to – because normally, each player gets it for a day or two, and then it goes to the next player. So it's going to be you get it for a day, but then all right, we got to wait 2 weeks before the next guy gets it.
After a thorough sanitation protocol, yes. They bleach it, they dunk it in some kind of vat, leave it to dry, all right. Well, you can have your day 4 months from now.
Yeah, exactly.
But on that note, and I know it's a fight night, so it's not marquee. We're building up to 264. The glorious, I guess, return of Conor McGregor, but it is a trilogy fight. 1-1 at this point, so definitely a lot of eyes on that fight. I do want to check in with the fight doctor just to take a look at the fight night that we have this weekend before, in the run-up to 264.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. The heavyweight champion of the world.
All right, there you have it. Fight Doctor is in.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, we do have a fight night. I believe it is a card that'll be on ESPN Plus this weekend. There's a couple interesting matchups on here. It's not an amazing card. This is kind of this is definitely the calm before the storm. We've got this fight this weekend. They're going to be off next weekend, and they're coming back with the McGregor Poirier 3. Or Ronnie, if you want to say any of the many ways that Poirier was pronounced by some of the people that had to do your reads, feel free to add those in as well.
Special shout out to Tennessee as we are working on those commercials. A lot of interesting pronunciations of Poirier in those parts of the world.
But again, there's a couple interesting fights on here. I'm not saying this is a completely skippable card. it's not one that necessarily jumps out at you, but when you dig deeper, it's like, okay, there's some interesting fights. It's being headlined. Of course, we got a heavyweight bout between Cyril Gane and Alexander Volkov. Definitely a youth versus experience matchup here. Gane, who is currently 8-0, Volkov, who is 33-8 in his career. Gane currently, I actually didn't even realize this on the rankings. He's the number 3 ranked heavyweight right now. He's coming off a couple TKO. He got a TKO win over Junior Dos Santos. Had an absolutely dominant decision win over Jairzinho Rosenstruik. So like when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I can see why he's number 3. Like I am a little surprised he's that high. But look, that just means, buddy, you get a win here. You're next in line. Well,
Yeah.
next in line for the heavyweight title shot whenever they finally figure that whole saga out. But Volkov's no easy task, man. He's definitely a striking master. He's got back-to-back TKO wins over Walt Harris and Alistair Overeem, so obviously no slouch there. Volkov, he's a guy that he struggles against wrestlers, but that's not really going to be a problem with Cyril Gane. Like I think this is going to be a kind of like a Muay Thai versus kickboxing, like a striker versus striker match, which I know Gane is the favorite. And I understand that. But kind of the more I thought about it, I kind of like Volkov in this one. If Gane was a little bit more of a wrestler type, I would definitely give it to him hands down. But I really like Volkov. A guy that's got 22 knockouts in his career. I don't think Gane's going to show him anything he hasn't seen before.
Yeah, and Volkov, being the bigger man and also the experience, like you said, like. He's not going to be thrown off. Like, I know Gane is, like, kind of, like, hot on the block, just, like, a lot of hype on him. But Volkov is, like, he is a problem. Like, not a guy that you would really take lightly, I would say.
Yeah, I would like to see Gane win because I do love watching young fighters come up through those. I say young. I think he's still 31. Like, he had a nice Muay Thai career before he went fully into MMA. But I just think, again, Gane's not going to show Volkov anything he hasn't seen before, so I kind of like the experience factor in this one. Gane winning wouldn't surprise me. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's the favorite according to this, but just something about Volkov. I like him in this one.
God. All right, hold on. It looks like
what's happening?
We do have on the Canada Steak Burger umpire celebrity
Dude, what the
check hotline. The umpire has returned. Umpire, what can I do for you, sir?
Listen, why are we complaining? This is happening. Like I said, we're trying to keep a fair game, a fair show. So with that being said, we'll start with Tyler. Tyler, let me see your hands.
We've been checked twice. We've been checked twice already.
I have to make sure. I got a call and I'm verifying it.
Is this why? Why?
Okay. Also, why are you checking? You're our CEO. Why are you checking us? You should be defending us.
So considered an official. I have to be impartial to this. So please, let me just do my job. We got a call. If you have further complaints,
it just seems excessive. That's all I'm saying.
Pay to show my ass.
Report. You can always read my report after. So.
Report. Fuck your report.
Let that one slide.
All right. What do we need? What do we need to do?
Let's see your hands. For you, Tyler, one by one.
Okay. Hand.
All right. Good. Other hand.
Nothing there. Nothing
there.
Good.
It's fine.
Let me
it's
see the
fine.
I'll get to you. I will get to you. Relax.
Look, I have added. It's still a pristine hat you can get from What on the Menu Daily. Check them out.
Okay. Nothing, good.
Nothing there. Like here, you want fine. You know what? Look here. You want my look. There's my belt too. Look. Ooh. There's nothing there.
Wait, Ron. I will get to you. All right. Just run your fingers through your beard one more time.
What the? Here, what, you want me to scratch it for you too, just so it's then look, see, there's nothing there.
Let me see the stick. Let me see if the stick has any substance on it.
There's no substance on the stick.
You're clear. You are clear.
It's clean. It's clean.
All right. Ron, let me see.
What are we doing here? This is ridiculous. Why? Seriously, you've seen his hands and hat twice already.
Let me see your left hand.
You've seen him already.
Let me see your right hand now.
I don't feel like that's relevant.
Listen,
seriously,
I the same way I checked Tyler. I
his hand has been controlling a mouse all shit. What are we? What are we even doing?
All right,
here?
if you must know.
Whoa!
What are we even doing here, dude? There's what?
What is that?
What? I do this every show. I do this
what
every
is
show.
Is that a foreign substance?
What are you?
You know what? No, that's
This
it.
is a totally normal substance.
What
Get
are
off. Get off the show right now. You're ejected. You're out. You are out.
Dude, what?
You're out of here. No, you want some
For
too?
what? For what? What did he do? What did he do?
You see the substance on his hand?
What? That is there every show.
Watch.
What are you doing? What are we talking about?
You're out. Read my
Dude,
report. Read my report right after.
Dude, fuck your report, man. Fuck your report. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? What the fuck, man? This is some bullshit, dude. We're appealing this. I gotta talk to the head of our union. Justin, if you're available, you're getting a call. I think you're the head of our union. I don't even know. But look, we're just gonna end this. We're just gonna end this. Like this is ridiculous. We'll be back on Monday, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. Umpire, you can go screw yourself. We love you guys. You know the drill. Keep the fire. This is ridiculous, dude.